Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, especially to Sir Shahril. So, our group will presenting on Maybank product for international trade finance course. Our group consists of 5 members, including myself. My name is Nurul Anis Adila binti Zakaria. My matric number 267991. And the rest will introduce themselves when they make presentation on their part. So, I would like to tell you guys why we choose Maybank to complete our group assignment. So, we choose Maybank to complete our group assignment. It is because of Maybank has the largest network in Malaysia and established correspondent banking relationship globally, and Maybank also offers a full range of conventional and Islamic solution. So, before I start explain on my part, I had list out what I want to talk about, which is first is definition of international trade and finance. Second is how to apply the trust receipt, and the third is special consideration in trust receipt. So, before we go in deep to Maybank product, let me tell you what is international trade and finance actually. So, what is this? Let me tell you guys. International trade is the exchange of capital, goods, and services across international borders or territories because of there is a need or want of goods or services. The competition result is more affordable product for the consumers. And this type of trade allows for a greater competition and more competitive pricing in the market. So, next I will pass to my friend to continue the presentation on the next slide. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a good day. My name is Siti Noaklameti Ahmad Kamal Idris. My matric number 267904. In this assignment, our group decided to choose Maybank as our reference and our discussions about what does Maybank offer for their trade finance facility. So we decided to choose 3 trade finance facility, which is first is trust receipt, second is bank acceptance, and the last one is shipping guarantee. So, my part, I would like to discuss about the trust receipt. What is trust receipt? Trust receipt known as a document intended to by a bank and a business that have received delivery of a good but cannot pay for the purchase until after the inventory sold, and also known as the types of short terms import loan to provide the buyer financing to settle goods imported where the titles of the goods is belonging to the bank, and also it known as a flexible financing facility that allows you to collect your foreign purchase before payment of bill before you make a payment, and as your supplier is advanced by the bank. Next, we're going to look at the process of trust receipt. Basically, trust receipt will involve of 4 parties, which is the importer banks, exporter, and also the exporter bank, also known as the representative bank. So, the first step is the importer need to submit the trust receipt request to the bank, and also it is served a promissory notes to the bank. And the second step is the bank, when the bank certified with the trust receipt that have been requested by the importer, the bank will send the original bill of lading for the goods release, where the bill of lading is an agreement between the shipper and carrier on the details of the goods. And the third step is the importer bank will pay out what have been requested by the importer to the exporter bank, which is the to the representative bank with the letter of guarantee payment for the merchandise. And the fourth step is the exporter bank or the representative bank will pay out the money to the exporter. And for the last step is the importer need to pay out the principal plus interest to the bank at the due date. Next, we're going to look at how Maybank can give a benefit to you if you choose Trust Receipt as a financial trade facility in Maybank. There are 4 things that can be benefits on you. The first one is you can enhance liquidity. It means you can improve your company cash flow. You made a purchase of a good, but you only paid for that goods on the due date. So you will have ample times and sufficient times to pay out for your current liability. For the second point is you can have a negotiation power. It means you can settle your payment obligation promptly and have a better negotiation term with your business counterparty. The third is flexibility. Maybank cover wide scope of financing including freight and carriers, charges and import duty. And also early or partially payment are allowed. And the last one is fast. Maybank can give immediate possessions and faster disbursement of the goods while is upon maturity.
Okay, next, how to apply Trust Receipt. Okay, first and foremost, you can either go to any Maybank branches or you may download it at Maybank website. So, basically, you just need to fill the application form such as applicant names and address, details of trust receipt, and the instruction on the bank charge, settlements, and others. You also must to know and read about term and condition of applicant authorization and declaration. And the next one is the default interest. Lastly, the most important part is authorized signature. Okay, so my last part is I will talk about special consideration in trust receipt. So, first is a standing short-term financing through a trust receipt requires the customer or borrower to be in good standing with the bank. So it is because of the bank and the customer also have to agree to the term of the trust receipt, including such condition as the maturity date, interest charge, and financing amount. Second is maturity dates under trust receipt are short-term and range from 30 to 180 days. At the time of maturity, the customer must repay the loan to the lender with interest stipulated under the term of the trust receipt. The bank must be repaid at the time of maturity or after the sale of the good, whichever comes earlier. However, if after the maturity dates, no payment has been received by the bank or the business, default in paying it advance, the bank could respond and dispose of the merchandise. Okay, third is under a typical trust receipt transaction, the business has little to none of its own asset invested in the particular good finance. Because of the bank bears the majority of the credit risk prevalent in the transaction. The business also keeps any profits made from the resale of the goods but also bears the business risk. Okay, last point is if the good get damaged, lost, or deteriorate in quality or value, the loss is solely the burden of the business and it remains liable for repaying the full loan amount to the bank. It is because of any business expense such as manufacturing costs, freight, custom dues, storage, and is the responsibility of the business, not the lending institution. So that's all from trust receipt, and we will proceed to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is Nur Amira binti Abdul Kadir and my matric number 268046. Okay, next I'll be explaining part of banker acceptance, which is the definition and the process. Why you need to choose Maybank to apply the banker acceptance, and what the benefit that when you applying the banker acceptance in Maybank, and last but not least, what the other charge that where you need to pay when applying the bank acceptance in Maybank. Okay, firstly, what is the meaning of the banker acceptance? Okay, actually banker acceptance is the short-term facility extended to a customer to finance their local purchase or local sales or import or export of goods. Okay, for example, okay, someone might write himself a check transferring fund from one bank account to another. When a draft guarantee payment for good in international trade, it is called bill of exchange. And this draft bill of exchange are drawn by the customer and accepted by the bank payable at a future date. Okay, next. Okay, here is the process required to create a bank acceptance. Okay, firstly, importer will be send the purchase order to the exporter. At the same time, importer will be send the letter credit application to the importer bank. And then letter of credit will be sent to the exporter bank. And then exporter will be receive the letter credit notification from the exporter bank. And after that, exporter will be shipment of good to the importer. At the same time, exporter will be send the shipping document and also the time draft to the exporter bank. And the last but not least, exporter bank will be send the shipping document and time draft that they are received from the exporter to send to the importer bank and get the accepted shipping document and also the time draft. Okay, the next slide, why you need to choose Maybank for applying the bank acceptance. Okay, first that Maybank offer a full range of conventional and Islamic solution. And the second one, Maybank have the leverage on Maybank's strong credit rating. Okay, Maybank is the bank's strong market position and strong credit rating. And last but not least, Maybank has the largest network in Malaysia and established correspondent banking relationship by globally. Okay, next, benefit of applying banker acceptance in Maybank. Okay, first, cost saving. Second, liquidity. And the third one is simple. Okay, what the meaning of cost saving? Cost saving, that means that competitive financing rate with the funding rates based on the ringgit interbank market rate. And the second one is the liquidity. Liquidity is the benefit to your company cash flow. And the third one is the simple documentation requirement needed. That means that the procedure and when they apply the bank acceptance, the documentation required needed is the simple. It's not difficult at all. Okay, next. Okay, last part in my part, the other charge need to pay when applying the bank acceptance. Okay, here you can see that the list of the other charge that you need to pay. First, the banker acceptance pricing, and the second one is the handling fee, and postage, courier, and other charge if any. Okay, we look one by one. First is banker acceptance pricing. banker acceptance pricing, banker acceptance cost of fund, plus the acceptance commission as prescribed in the letter of offer, calculated by per annum of number of days remaining to the maturity. And the second one is the handling fee. Handling fee only 50 ringgit per transaction. And then postage from 5 ringgit depends on distance, and also the same like courier from 50 ringgit varies by courier provider and depends on your distance. And last but not least, the other charges, if any, as per our letter of offer and the bank corporate website at www.maybank2u.co.my. So from the website, you can see the more details and more information uh, that you can see more detail about the bank acceptance. Okay, that's all for me. Okay, next I will pass to my friend to explain the process. How you want to fill in the form of the bank acceptance.
Good day everyone, I'm Nur Hazinda binti Nur Hamid, my meeting number 267860. So I will continue to present the features of banker acceptance that has been offered by Maybank. First, the banker acceptance is subject to guidelines on banker acceptance 2004 that has been issued by Bank Negara Malaysia. And then the minimum amount per withdrawal is 50,000 ringgit. And then in terms of margins of financing, it's up to 100% of invoice value. And then the minimum financing period is 21 days, and the maximum is 365 days, which means in 1 year. And last but not least, during the withdrawal of the banker acceptance, the fees and charge has been debited in advance. Next, we look at what will happen if the customer fail to fulfill their obligations under banker acceptance facilities. So first, your account may be force debited when there's no payment received on the maturity date. And then after the maturity date, any unpaid amount will be assessed to the penalty rate of BLR, base lending rate, plus 3.5% per annum. And then when get the penalty, it causes the banker acceptance facilities to no longer be available to use. So when this happen, the bank will be use their power to start a recovery process or to take other legal actions. Next, in addition, we look at the general procedure for the corrections of banker acceptance. So basically, this procedure is based on the banker acceptance 2004 that is issued by Bank Negara Malaysia. So the first procedure is an acceptance credit facility is arranged with a bank. Next, for the purpose of drawing a banker acceptance on the bank, the relevant document evidence of trade is submitted to the bank. Next, lastly, the bank will be accept the banker acceptance once it is satisfied that the document are in order and that the banker acceptance meets with the terms of the acceptance credit facility as well as all of the applicable conditions. So how do you can apply the banker acceptance? First, you can contact your nearest Maybank transaction banking center for any query. And second, you can visit Maybank corporate website at www.maybank2u.com.my for further information and application. And at next slide, it show the product disclosure sheet of Maybank, and also the example of banker acceptance applications form of Maybank.
My name is Ailit Hua, metric number 267911. I will continue with shipping guarantee. I had divided the presentation into 4 parts, which is the meaning of shipping guarantee, the benefit of Maybank shipping guarantee, the process of shipping guarantee, and also how to apply Maybank shipping guarantee. So let's move to the first part. Shipping guarantee. Shipping guarantee is a written guarantee that issued by bank, and the bank will bear the joint liability. So this shipping guarantee is presented by the importer to the carrier for pick up the goods in the case of arrival of goods prior to the shipping document. So the purpose of using this shipping guarantee is for allowing the shipping company to release the goods to the consignee name in the bill of lading without the presentation of the original bill of lading. So the next part is about the benefit of Maybank shipping guarantee. So the first benefit is protection, which this protection is offered to the supplier, whereby the goods will only be released upon payment or acceptance. And the next benefit is peace of mind, which it is governed by the globally recognized rule issued by the International Chamber of Commerce. And the third benefit is cost saving. This is because it avoids any potential demurrage and also other port charges. And the following benefit is fast and efficient, which the customer can take hold of goods faster and also pending arrival of shipping document. And the last benefit is enhanced liquidity, which allows the customer to dispose goods faster, thus improving their cash flow. And the following part is about how does shipping guarantee works. So after the importer and exporter agreed on their sales contract, so then the exporter will deliver the goods to the shipping company, and the exporter also will deliver the document to the exporter bank or advising bank, and then the bank will deliver the bills posterior to the arriving date of the good to the issuing bank. And then the importer submit the shipping guarantee application to the issuing bank. And then the issuing bank provide the shipping guarantee to the importer. And now the importer are able to take out the bond from the shipping company by exchange the shipping guarantee. So in this case, if the goods arrive earlier or bill of lading absence, the importer can use this shipping guarantee to claim their goods. So after all of the transaction is done, the importer can return the trust receipt to the issuing bank. So the next part is about how to apply shipping guarantee. So before applying the shipping guarantee, there are some information that required in the Maybank shipping guarantee application form. So customer must have to prepare the applicant, shipper, consignee name and also address, name of vessel and voyage number, airline and flight number, port of loading, port of discharge, bill of lading number, airway bill number, date of issue, place of receipt, and also place of delivery. And the last one is the details of good, which include the container number, the description of good, and also the gross weight of goods and the measurement of the goods. So this is the example of Maybank shipping guarantee application form. After preparing all of the related information, customer can go to the nearest branch or also can go to this link for download the shipping guarantee application form and can submit to the nearest branch. That's all from us. Thank you.